picture yourself on a ship in the middle of the vast Arctic Ocean. You're surrounded by ice and the air is so cold it's stinging your skin. It's hard for you to open your eyes, and not just from the biting wind, but also because your own teeth are chattering so hard in your head. Then suddenly, a one-horned creature breaches from the depths of the ocean. Terrified, mystified, you peer over the side of the ship only to see more horns rising at you from the sea. Are they real, or is this a figment of your frozen imagination? These unusual sea creatures are indeed real. And behind me, you can see the image of what is sure to be a terrifying sea monster. However, this sea creature is really just the elusive narwhal. If you take a peek at the new photo, you will easily see that the narwhal is indeed an unusual animal, but it's nowhere near the evil one previously pictured. Narwhals are an important part of the Arctic ecosystem, and recognizing what makes them unusual is an important factor in us getting to enjoy this mysterious animal in the future. I've loved whales since I was a child and have always been particularly fascinated by the narwhal. Many scientists have taken the time to attempt to study these unusual whales. My name is Tabitha Smith, and today I'm going to share with you some of their findings and why as we learn more about the narwhal, the more unusual they become. Narwhals have been very difficult to study, causing many of their behaviors and characteristics to remain a mystery. They differ from other species of whale because of their highly unusual appearance, and their ability to thrive in a harsh Arctic environment is unique to the narwhal. Each of these reasons are why the narwhal is the most unusual living thing. Let's begin by discussing their mysterious behavior patterns. Narwhals have proven to be difficult to study. You don't have to go very far into your research to learn that they are very shy and skittish whales. They spend most of their time hiding underneath the ice, and they're sensitive to noise, so they know when someone is coming. They also spend the majority of their time in darkness, and so it's very unpredictable to know when there's a pack of narwhals coming so that you can actually catch one. They also have the ability to dive incredibly deep into the ocean, and they do this by lowering their heart rate to about 10 beats per minute. They also can carry up to 70 liters of oxygen in their lungs, blood, and their muscles. Of course, that means that their dives can be very long, and they can be up to 25 minutes, and they do this between 18 and 25 times a day. They spend most of their time below 800 meters, so finding them and tracking them and observing them is very difficult in this high pressure area. In 2017, Canadian researchers were able to use drone technology to actually see a narwhal use its tusk in the wild, and it used it to stun its prey, the Arctic cod. Now, only the males have the tusk, so that's not going to lead to a firm belief as to exactly why they have it. Other ideas have been that they use it for echolocation, water temperature sensitivity, as well as even mating rituals. The difficulty in studying the narwhal only continues to add to the mystery of their highly unusual appearance. Narwhals differ from other toothed whales, and they are different because they don't actually have any teeth in their mouth. Narwhals all have two teeth, one that's located in their skull in the males, and the other one protrudes from the forehead to about 3 meters is some of the length that they can get to. Both females, their teeth actually remain buried in their skull. Now, there have been rare occurrences where some males are found with 2 tusks and some females even have a tusk, but this is not the norm. Of course, that unusual horn has led to their commonly known nickname, the unicorn of the sea. And while the narwhal's horn is truly unusual, their unique adaptations to their Arctic environment has to make them one of the most unusual living things there. This sea creature is able to utilize echolocation to actually live and thrive in that complete darkness that we talked about. They're extremely sensitive to noise, as I mentioned previously, making the fact that they hunt down there makes sense. It allows them to hunt at that depth that other whales cannot even get to, and they can predict changes in the pack moving of the ice so that they are able to not get trapped underneath it. Now, unfortunately, that does happen sometimes, but for the most part, they're able to actually follow the packs of ice and hunt underneath and around them without becoming trapped. Unlike other subarctic whales, narwhals go into a feeding frenzy when it comes to wintertime. Now, most whales feed during the summer so that they can migrate south for the winter, and they do exactly the opposite. Narwhals show up on the scene after all the other whales have gone to eat. And it's actually been shown that they even have the ability to change their diet a little bit based on their environment, which is unusual because they actually hunt a very limited selection and few species of prey. One last thing that makes them truly unique is their stress response. Narwhals, when they're stressed, they dive even deeper than they do always sometimes when they're hunting. However, they lower their heart rate even more, down to about 3 to 4 beats per minute. Of course, that's very unusual because in any other mammal, that level of heart rate could cause a cardiac event or cardiac arrest. Now, their heart actually compares more to an Antarctic fish than it does to other mammals. In the time that we've been discussing this, a narwhal in stress may have only beat its heart 2 to 3 times. It's easy to see why these horned creatures are so unusual. As we continue to study the narwhal and we learn more about their behaviors and their unique characteristics, they only grow in mystery to us. And that's why protecting their environment remains important. There's still so much to learn about the narwhal. They have transformed from that terrifying sea creature that we first saw to lovable characters in a movie that we all know. Even as we become more familiar with them, the difficulty in studying them, their unique appearance, and their ability to thrive in the harsh Arctic environment will continue to make them the most unusual living thing.